So speaking of Joe, let me ask you about this.
Here we go.
I didn't actually know this, but when I was prepping for this conversation, I saw that you actually said at some point in the past that you can beat up Rogan in a fight.
Yeah.
No, you said that you have a shot. It's a non-zero probability.
Yes.
Do you still believe this?
Yes. But the probability is dropping. It's dropping every day.
I think it's probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say. So I did I wrestled and did jiu-jitsu and judo and all the kinds of fighting sports my whole life. And I just observed a lot of really confident, large guys roll into gyms. He's ripped, he could deadlift, he could talk all kinds of shit, and he believes he's going to be the next world champion, and he just gets his ass kicked.
Yeah. No, of course. Okay. And I've seen, like, I saw this Israeli MMA fighter take on an anti-Semite who was huge and thought that, he believed in, like, Nick Fuentes' conspiracy theories or something. And the MMA fighter dismantled him. And I loved it. Okay. And then we tweeted back and forth, etc. So, guys, first, let me just assure you, I get it. So now let me tell you why I said it and then why I think it's a non-zero chance. So Michael Smerconish had written this blog, 10, 15 years ago on Huffington Post. We were both bloggers at that point, and about the wussification of America. Now, he was saying the left is a bunch of wussies, right? So I wrote a blog saying, hey, Michael, I would rather debate you. So if you want to debate about how we're wussies, let's do it. Let's find a thing. But, you're mentioning physicality, right? And how you guys are tougher. So if you prefer, only in a prescribed setting, right? And we're not going to go do it in the streets like idiots, right? But if you want, we'll have a boxing match or whatever you want, and we'll see who's tougher. And he panicked, and he cried to mommy, which was Ariana Huffington, and said, oh, Jake's intimidating me, right? Okay, all right, well, who's the wussy now, bitch, right? So that is not to actually get into a fight with poor Michael Smerconish, right? It's to prove, hey, don't use rhetoric like that. That's dumb. And this is me proving that it's dumb. Okay, so now Joe had said, I forget what he said at the time, and he said something similar, right? And I'm up to here with Joe at that point. I don't know if we'll ever talk again, right? But
you've been on a show, and that was a good conversation.
It was a great conversation.
It was a while back, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he has you on again.
Yeah. So I get it.
I bet you, I don't like this take you have a lot. I bet you he hates it because him as an MMA commentator, he gets to hear so many bros.
Yeah.
It's all about the mindset, bro. Now, to Steelman, the point you're making, which I do think it's the stupidest thing you've ever said, but the actual intent, which is whether you're left or right, there's strong people on the left, like mentally strong, physically strong. Like, I think the whole point is not that you can beat them, but you're willing to fight if you need to. It's
100%.
So it's not like I believe I could beat them. It's like I'm willing, like all this shit, calling the people on the left wusses or whatever. I'm willing to step in the fight, even if I'm untrained, even if I'm out of shape. I'm willing to fight. Yeah, I get it. I understand that, but it's just pick a different person. That's why I wrote down my genuine curiosity is if you can beat up Alex Jones versus Cenk. The legitimacy, I would pay for that because you're both untrained. You both got, I would say, the spirit.
No, he has. Look, I'll give the same fairness.
Yeah,
I think I got an 8% chance of beating Rogan.
Yeah, you're lost.
Nuts. I know. I got it.
Okay,
hold on.
All right.
And I think, to be fair, Alex has an 8% chance of beating me. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because you never know. He catches you on a lucky punch. I got punched in the ear once, and you lose your balance, and then you're in a lot of trouble, right? So I can get lucky. Alex Jones can get lucky. It's me against Rogan is harder. If you said to me, you don't have 8% chance, but Alex does. Okay, I'm not gonna. It's fine, right? So why does Alex stand almost no chance against me? So first of all, it's not just because I'm big and he's big. One, I wrestled.
Oh, you wrestled?
Yeah, if you wrestled, then you're like, I watched this show with my kids, Physical 100. It's like a Korean show where they try to find out who's the best athlete. They have one thing where they have to wrestle away the ball and keep it, this big giant ball. I'm like, every wrestler's going to win. Every MMA fighter is going to win, and every time they win. And they're like, Dad, how'd you know that? Because we get trained. We're not going to lose to a non-wrestler in a wrestling contest. It's not going to happen, right? So you can get lucky, but it's unlikely. So one, wrestling. Now, that was from a long time ago, but at least you know the mechanics, right? Number two, I've gotten into about 30 actual street fights in my life. And you can say street fight's not the same as MMA. Of course, that's true. Obviously true, right? But it's not no experience. It's some experience. And the most important part of a street fight is being able to take a punch to the face. Okay.
Yeah, knowing what it feels like to get punched in the face.
Yeah. So I've been punched in the face, I don't know, dozens of times in my life. I used to start fights by saying, I'll let you take the first punch. Okay. So I didn't start the fights. They just started because they'd punch me in the face. Okay. So, and then for Alex, the main thing, and also true for Rogan, is it's about willpower, right? So if Joe has a 92% chance, in my opinion, of knocking me out or beating me because he has the skill and he's trained and he knows what he's doing. So all the willpower in the world isn't going to help you if you get kicked upside the head, right? So, but in the unlikely circumstances that I've worn him down, right, then I'm a little bit more in the ballgame because I got willpower. For Alex, he doesn't have the willpower I have, okay? Because to me, the idea of losing to Alex Jones is unthinkable. I would do anything not to lose. Anything.
Let me just say, so that's beautiful. I love this. I would pay a lot of money to watch the two of you just even like wrestle. But with Joe, I think I have to say it's like it's 0.0001% chance you have a chance before you even get to the mentality. And the other thing is, on the mentality side, one of the fascinating things about Joe is he's actually a sweetheart in person like this. But there's something that takes over him when he competes.
Brother, we've been around 22 years in the toughest industry in the world.
Yeah.
Right. If you you have any idea how hard it is to run a 75-person company and make money online and survive after all the guys who took billions of dollars went down.
I hear you.
Tremendous willpower. Yeah. So, but overall, this is not the hill I'm dying on. Right. Okay. Joe would win. I get it.
I think we're all allowed one kind of blind spot, I suppose.
So you don't think a big guy that still is in good shape, that was a wrestler, that's been in a lot of street fights, you still think 0.0001?
It depends on street fights, but yeah, 0.001. I just see technique.
Yeah, and it's such a minute disagreement because, so take me out of it. So you take out the willpower part of blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I think it's 1% to 2%. Yeah, he could catch the guy on about,
I think
and get lucky.
I think it's because I've talked to, so I trained with a coach named John Donaher, and we talk about this a lot. And I think technique is technique is the thing that also feeds the willpower. It actually builds up your confidence in the way that like nothing else does, in the more actionable way, because you won't need that much willpower.
No,
if the technique is backed. But look, you don't have to be like a tough guy to win debates if you're just fucking good at debates, right? So I think people just don't understand the value in sport and especially in combat of technique.
No, a great irony here is I actually totally agree with that. That's why I measure the physical 100. Technique's going to win almost every time. We're having a debate about whether it's 8 or 1 or 0.01, right? Like it's either way, technique wins. Yeah. We agree.
Okay, beautiful.